Let me ask you something, and I want you to be honest with yourself. When was the last time you woke up feeling like everything was working exactly the way it should? Because here's the truth. Millions of men, fit men, successful men, men who train hard and eat well, are quietly dealing with something they'd never dare Google at work. Erectile dysfunction. ED. If you can't get hard, or stay hard. If your drive and stamina in the bedroom have quietly faded. Stay with me, because what I'm about to share is not what your doctor told you. It's not just stress. It's not just getting older. And it is absolutely not something you have to accept. In 2026, an estimated 322 million men worldwide are living with this. That is not a niche issue. That is a global health crisis, and it is almost entirely driven by factors you can actually control. So today, we're going deep. We'll cover what's really causing it, what the science actually says, and what you can do, starting this week, to turn it around. Let's get one thing straight before we go any further. Erectile dysfunction is not a character flaw. It is not weakness. It is not a sign that you're somehow less of a man. Those are the kinds of beliefs that keep men silent, isolated, and suffering, when the real answers are right in front of them. So what is ED really? At its core, it's a blood flow problem. Getting and maintaining an erection requires healthy blood vessels, healthy nerves, and the right hormonal environment, specifically adequate testosterone. When any one of those pillars starts to fail, the whole structure comes down with it. And here's the part that should genuinely wake you up. ED is not just a bedroom problem. Research increasingly shows it is one of the earliest warning signs of cardiovascular disease. Your erection is essentially a canary in the coal mine for your heart. The same arterial plaque restricting blood flow below the belt? It's almost certainly doing the same thing in your coronary arteries. So if you've been brushing this off, stop. Stick with me, because I'm going to walk you through 5 lifestyle factors that are actively damaging your erectile function right now. One of them is something almost every man over 35 does every single day without thinking. What causes ED? Why can't you get hard and stay hard? Now let's talk about what's actually causing the damage. Cause 1. Testosterone decline. After 30, testosterone drops roughly 1 to 2% every year. By the time you hit 45, nearly 40% of men have clinically low testosterone, and most have no idea. Low T doesn't just kill your libido. It erodes your confidence, your drive, your mood, and your ability to perform. Cause 2. Poor vascular health. This is fundamentally a plumbing issue. Processed foods, trans fats, and chronic inflammation damage the endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels. Damaged endothelium means restricted blood flow. And restricted blood flow means you already know the result. Cause 3. Chronic stress and elevated cortisol. This is the silent assassin. When you're chronically stressed, work, finances, relationships, your body is flooded with cortisol. And cortisol is testosterone's direct enemy. They cannot coexist. When one rises, the other falls. It's a biological seesaw, and most men over 35 are living with one side permanently pinned to the ground. Cause 4. Sleep deprivation. Your body produces the vast majority of its testosterone during sleep, getting less than 6 hours a night. You're essentially shutting down your own hormonal production line. How many nights a week are you genuinely getting 7 to 8 hours? Be honest with yourself. Cause 5. Sedentary lifestyle and excess body fat. Fat cells, particularly visceral belly fat, contain an enzyme called aromatase. Aromatase converts testosterone directly into estrogen. More belly fat means more estrogen. More estrogen means less testosterone. It's a self-reinforcing cycle that compounds every single year if you don't break it. Now here's where it gets good. Because every single one of those causes has a proven, evidence-based countermeasure. Not bro science. Not guesswork. Real solutions. Quick pause. Before we continue, as we are talking about men's health and well-being, here's something worth knowing. If you've been feeling frustrated, or even embarrassed about changes in bedroom performance, sensitivity, stamina, or desire, you're not alone. And it's not your fault. There's a 100% natural solution that's already helped thousands of men feel confident and energized again. No pills, no injections, no procedures, no surgery, no risky shortcuts. Just a simple, easy home remedy you can make at home, designed to support what researchers are now calling the manhood molecule, a key factor for arousal, blood flow, and lasting power. Find out more. There's a link in the description and in the pinned comment. Check it out. It could be the very thing you've been looking for. Okay, let's return to today's topic. So, what are the solutions? What can men do to combat erectile dysfunction? Let's go through what actually works. Fix 1. Lift heavy things. Resistance training is the most powerful natural testosterone booster available to you. Compound movements, squats, deadlifts, bench press, trigger a significant hormonal response. And you don't need to live in the gym. 3 sessions of 45 minutes per week is enough to move the needle. The research on this is unambiguous. Fix 2. Protect your nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the molecule that signals your blood vessels to relax and dilate, which is precisely what needs to happen for an erection. You can boost it naturally through food. Beetroot juice, dark leafy greens, watermelon, pomegranate. These aren't food trends. They are clinically recognized vasodilators. Men in studies who consumed beetroot regularly showed measurable improvements in blood flow within days. And while we're on the subject of food, dark chocolate, at least 70% cacao, is rich in flavonols that directly support endothelial function. Tell your partner you're taking your performance seriously. That should make dinner interesting. Fix 3. Bring cortisol down. Ashwagandha. If you haven't heard of it, pay attention. This adaptogenic root has been studied extensively and shown to significantly reduce cortisol levels. Multiple clinical trials have linked it to measurable increases in testosterone in men under chronic stress. It's not a miracle cure. It's thousands of years of medicinal use backed by modern science. I'll link a quality supplement in the description, one I genuinely recommend. Fix 4. Protect your sleep like your life depends on it. Because it does. Set a consistent bedtime. Eliminate screens an hour before bed. Keep your room cool and dark. Aim for 7 to 8 hours. This is not optional lifestyle advice. This is hormonal maintenance. Every hour of quality sleep you reclaim is testosterone you're putting back into your system. Fix 5. Zinc and selenium. 2 minerals. Massively underrated. Zinc is directly involved in testosterone synthesis. Deficiency is strongly associated with significantly lower T levels. Selenium supports overall hormonal health and protects your reproductive cells with potent antioxidant properties. You can get both through diet, oysters, Brazil nuts, pumpkin seeds, or through a targeted supplement stack. Fix 6. Know your numbers. If you're over 35 and you've never had your testosterone tested, do it now. Get a blood panel. Know your free testosterone, your total testosterone, your SHBG. You cannot fix what you cannot measure. And if your levels are genuinely low, there are options, from natural optimization protocols to TRT, that a qualified doctor can walk you through. Let me bring this all together. Erectile dysfunction is the most searched men's health topic on the planet, and it's no surprise. But it is not inevitable. It is driven by 5 key factors: declining testosterone, poor vascular health, chronic stress, sleep deprivation, and excess body fat. And every single one of those factors is addressable through resistance training, nitric oxide boosting foods, cortisol management, protected sleep, targeted minerals, and actually knowing your hormone levels. None of this requires a pill. None of it requires a prescription. It requires consistency and the decision to stop letting your health quietly deteriorate while you pretend everything is fine. If this resonated with you, hit that like button. It tells the algorithm this content matters, and it helps get this information in front of the men who need it most. Subscribe if you haven't already. We cover everything from testosterone to fertility to longevity, and none of it is sugar-coated. Drop a comment below. Tell me, what is the one thing you're going to change this week based on what you just heard? And now, watch the video on your screen, where we reveal how one simple, natural fruit juice is boosting men's drive and stamina in the bedroom. If it's not already in your kitchen, you can pick it up at any fruit stall or supermarket. So if you've been brushing it off, don't.